Happy Wednesday, everybody. So on this week's midweek market update, we're going to pretty much be discussing marijuana stocks, as they are the one thing that is driving this market as far as liquidity, volume, and just crazy trades that are happening out there. The main one, which has been profiled pretty much all week, has been TLRY, TLRY. And as you can see from its IPO from $20, it has made quite the move. So this entire move is pretty much fueled by short sellers over and over again. Millions of dollars traded every minute, tens of millions of dollars, if not hundreds, on some of these candles. So the one thing that really drove this initial move was the filings that everybody has access to pretty much showed that they don't make that much money. Their valuation, even around 60, 70 bucks, was getting pretty extreme. And there were some pretty notable short sellers that were out on this that continue to bash the name. And that can just lead to one thing, especially if the sector is continuously hot and it doesn't really matter. Fundamentals don't matter in that situation. It's just if there's everybody that's short on one side, eventually those people are all going to get steamrolled. So today it kind of had the big morning washout at the open, 40, 50 bucks right there in two candles. And then it slowly grinded everybody out through the entire day, broke out of the high of the day, tapped 300, and that was pretty much it. Even I was thinking at around that during this move that specifically, there's probably not too many people that were sizably short left with this. And as soon as, those bids disappear and everybody who, covers and pretty much loses everything that they could and gets forced covered, that this thing was going to be over. And that's exactly what happened. So at that first haul, I think it was around 168, you saw that fast snap to 280s. And then it finally had its first halt since it's been public. So that's kind of a big newsworthy thing is, if everybody's paying attention to this name and it finally has a halt, that's something that's going to get people a little bit spooked. And even if somebody is long in here from, buying at the IPO, even if it's small shares, that's the kind of thing that gets people really curious. So I posted a video of the downside halts as well, so you can watch that action. And once that one broke, CRON, CGC, all the others pretty much just went right with it. So that's also something to be aware of, is that once the head of the snake, or the thing that's driving a lot of these moves, decides that it's over, anything that is going up on those tends to actually get taken out with it. So just kind of be aware of that. Market sentiment, sectors, all that stuff. And even some other names, they went down with it just because once that momentum has finally cracked and everybody's taking that deep breath, people start looking at their positions. Am I in a good position? Is it a really good trade? So be aware of that. The other kind of interesting news on the week, again, was Tesla. I believe it was yesterday, where the DOJ was announcing a criminal probe into the company and Elon Musk's tweets, which personally, I kind of felt like that was an eventuality based off of the information that he tweeted on that specific day. So no real surprise there. Overall, the market, as far as the Spider S&P 500, still hanging around at the highs. So one thing that is notable is the technology sector. They did have some big hits on some names in the last few days, so that's something to keep an eye on. But so far, the trend is still just going straight up. Nothing really else to take note of other than the entire marijuana sector is pretty much flying. So MJ, which tracks that, is at about 100% in the matter of, what is that, about a month. So that's something to be aware of, and that's still the area of focus for several traders. So hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you next time.